Hey, good afternoon, and greetings. You know who I am. It's time for a little tea and a little talk. It's Reality Time Talk with Dr. Michelle. I, of course, am your host, Dr. Michelle Clay. I am a physician. I am a certified holistic health counselor and clinical nutritionist. I am the creator and curator of FREEaliTEA, which is a line of handcrafted loose leaf teas that helps you do what? Create your stress-free reality. One cup at a time. So let's go ahead and get started because we have some things to talk about. Not too long, but just a couple of things. So today's episode is all about juniper, the joy of juniper. Berry, that is, juniper berry. So I want to show you what a juniper berry looks like. You see that? You see that? Small, kind of dark purplish, bluish like. And actually, they call it juniper berry, but it's actually a seed. And it is a seed that grows into a shrub. So the taste is kind of, has sweet floral tones with a little bit of kind of pine. If you were using this as a seasoning, then especially for my hunters out there or people who are related to people who hunt and you like deer meat, it's kind of gets the gamey taste out. At least that's what I read. I don't eat meat. You know, that's how I can maintain my glow. But anyway, you can use this if not in a tea, but you know, we're gonna get to the tea because it is Freeality Time Talk after all. But you can also use this with some other herbs, crush them and use it as a marinade or to rub on your meats before grilling. You know, just switch it up sometime, especially if you were to put this with like garlic, some rosemary, you know, sea salt, that type, not too much because we have to be mindful of our blood pressure, right? Especially when we're experiencing a lot of stress, then what happens? Our pressure goes up. When something happens to you, you're like, oh, Lord, you got my pressure up. Well, you know what? You're telling the truth when you say that. It is not an exaggeration because of what happens during the stress response. But anywho, now to the tea. So today's episode features Release Recharge Tea, and the red color is not from the hibiscus. The red color is not from juniper berry. The red color is from the hibiscus. Love hibiscus, and we'll talk about that on a future episode, okay? On a future episode. But let's take a sip to that. Let's toast to that. Y'all, I really, really, truly wish that you could experience the flavor of this Release Recharge Tea with me. I'm telling you. You know what? Let me clap for myself and pat myself on the back, okay? Hey, thanks for joining me. Because it feels so good going in. And it feels so good going down. So soothing. But anyway, juniper berry is part of the formula of the Release Recharge Tea. And so let me tell you why. Because juniper berry is a decent source of vitamin C. Vitamin C is always something that you want to have in your stress-free reality tool belt, in your stress-free reality toolkit. Because vitamin C, if you haven't heard me say it before, it's always good to remind, vitamin C can help mitigate the cortisol spike. So let's say that somebody all of a sudden banged on my door. Now, I'm not expecting anyone. So if someone banged on my door right now, that would startle me. It would scare me, and it might put my pressure up a little bit. And so in that instance, because my body is trying to prepare that I either need to fight because somebody is coming up in here that has no business, or I'm going to have to run. So that's what the stress response is all about for our survival. So you get this spike in cortisol, but we get these spikes in cortisol from things like all of a sudden I have to homeschool my children, or all of a sudden I have to I'm losing my job, or all of a sudden I have to learn this new technology in order to keep my job, or all of a sudden I found out that I could potentially been exposed to COVID. Baby, that's going to put your stress response up, and not just a quick little spike. That is going to be a sustained response, because that's going to be some chronic stress. Or I'm having issues with my money, and these bills are piling up. That's a chronic stress response. So then what vitamin C does is it helps mitigate that spike, so you're a little bit more even. Now, I'm not going to say that the stress goes away instantly like that, because that just doesn't happen. It didn't come on all of a sudden. The issues with your bills and your money, well, sometimes it comes on all of a sudden, but most of the time it doesn't. It's like a slow snowball effect. So vitamin C, we always want to have that, not only for stress, but look, everybody knows we need to be mindful about our immune system. So any and everything that we can do to support the immune system, especially getting ready for the preparation of flu season. Look, when October comes, honey, we're not going to know if someone has the flu or someone has COVID, they have bronchitis. We're not going to know. So you don't want any of those things. So let's go ahead and start supporting our immune systems right now. The other thing about juniper berry that is so wonderful is that it helps, it's a natural diuretic. A natural diuretic. So for people who do have blood pressure issues, if your blood pressure isn't super, super high, a lot of times one of the first things that your primary care physician will put you on is a diuretic, such as hydrochlorothiazide or HCTZ. Let me see, do I have any, okay, see, over here on Instagram, I see I have a family physician on, so see, she knows, I'm sure she's done that. Now, disclaimer, I am not suggesting that you take some juniper berry in the place of the diuretic that your primary care physician has prescribed to you. No, 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 no. You always, always follow the advice of your primary care physician. And any herbs or supplements that you are taking, be sure to share that with your primary care physician, because some herbs, have the same effects as medications, and you want to make sure that there aren't any adverse reactions. Okay. And physicians are not trained in herbs in school, but if your physician doesn't know, trust and believe. We physicians are very intelligent, and if there's one thing that we love to do is research. If there's something we don't know, we will go and find out, or we will consult with a colleague who knows more about a particular subject than we do. So please, 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 anything that you are taking, make sure that you relay that information to your primary care physician. So yes, it's a natural diuretic, which can help if to flush things out. However, do not take juniper berry if you are pregnant or if you have some kind of kidney infection. Okay, juniper berry can also help with digestion. Now, digestion is something that is very, very important, because let me tell you something. Over the years, when I've had clients who have come to me for wellness coaching, let's just keep it real. Let me just be real. Most of y'all are constipated. Okay, most of you are constipated. You should be eliminating as many times as you eat per day. And sometimes I will have these clients and I'm like, okay, so how often do you have a bowel movement? And they won't tell me every 3-4 days or once a week. I'm like, good Lord Jesus, I would blow up. So every time we eliminate, what are we doing? We are eliminating toxins. We are eliminating toxicity, because when you eat your food, then what happens is that your body absorbs what it needs to not just function, but function optimally. And the waste that comes out is what is not needed. Just like that's right. She said, let it go and let it flow, honey. Let it go and let it flow. There you go. Hey, you know you love when I do that. Let it go and let it flow. So the body knows to eliminate. You need to give it things so that it will be able to release what no longer serves it, what it does not need to function optimally. We also need to do that with our emotions, for our emotions, especially in a time like this. Now, a lot of people, they were already stressed before the pandemic, and now it's just like through the roof. Take me away, somebody. I don't mean on the glory, but take me away from this madness, this chaos. But release, recharge, team. Release, recharge, team. It's like having a take me away moment in your glass. Because of all the different blends of herbs that are in there, just sip, soothe, release, and recharge. So that's our episode, our FREEaliTEA Time Talk episode this afternoon with Dr. Michelle, of course, me. And I want you to make sure you stay tuned in with me. I will be here every week on Tuesday at 4 p.m. CST. That's 5 p.m. EST, live here on Instagram and live here on Facebook on the Dr. Michelle Clay page. Because we have all kind of wonderful things coming up, and I want to make sure that you remain informed and in the loop. So what I want you to do is I want you to do something that is just for you. We can create a stress-free reality. That reality might not last 24 hours. That reality may only last for the length of time that you can take a sip. But that's okay, because just imagine, we say small wins lead to big wins. And just imagine if you have one stress-free moment at a time that's connected to the next and the next and the next thing you know, your world is peaceful and you have released and recharged. So I am Dr. Michelle Clay, physician, certified holistic health counselor, and clinical nutritionist. I have so enjoyed you this afternoon for FREEaliTEA Time Talk with Dr. Michelle. So go forth, be brilliant, do something well for yourself, and have a stress-free rest of your day. Dr. Michelle, signing off. Bye.